Every time I wear this, I'm like, do I need to get a backup bottle? Like, what is up, Guru Gang? If you are new, welcome to my channel. And if you have been a part of the gang, thank you so much for coming back and clicking on today's video. Today, you guys, I have my October favorites. I feel like I've gotten pretty much in a system of doing this every month. So we're just going to say these are my favorites from the month of October. So I have some beauty items, I have some fashion items, some books and things like that. And I always try to give you guys a nice little variety of things. So without further ado, these were the things I could just not put down this month, things that I'm just absolutely obsessed with. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, y'all. So I'm actually going to start with the fashion items. So one of them I'm actually wearing today, and I would get up and like show you guys close up this particular one I have on, but I have some makeup on it right now. So I'm just going to show you another color that I picked up because one thing about me, you guys, when I like something, I usually will get it in multiple colors, especially when it comes to just like staples for the season. So since we are getting into fall, it's getting a little bit breezier, and I usually like to go outside and go for walks. And now I'm finding that I do need an extra layer, especially if I go out in the morning. So this hoodie, first of all, I am a sucker for anything with thumb holes, okay? I absolutely love thumb holes, but this is obviously inspired by a very popular Lululemon piece, and it's honestly like a quarter of the price. So I'm actually going to insert a side by side of what it actually looks like on me. So I got mine in a large. I do typically, my size kind of ranges between a medium and a large, but with outerwear, I try to get like a size up because I just like my stuff to feel like cozy, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm putting it on top of things. So I picked up the gray one. So I'm going to show you guys what the gray one looks like up close. So it's definitely a thicker material. And then you have this really cute little scuba hood, absolutely obsessed with. So y'all don't be surprised if I come on here and show y'all some other colors that I have picked this up in because it's so cozy and warm, and it's not like a cheap, thin material. It's definitely a thicker material, and I feel very, very warm and cozy when I have this on. And the hood is actually a really good size. So, like, if I can get the hood over my hair, that is a win for me. So, yeah, I absolutely love this, and I will have this linked. I'm doing an Amazon haul sometime soon, you guys. So, stay tuned for that because I do have some little fun fashion pieces and things of that nature. So, super excited to be showing you guys more of my pieces because I get a lot of questions about like the things that I wear in my videos. So I will be sharing a lot more of that soon. But yeah, absolutely love this hoodie. I am going to probably order this in black, and there are a bunch of other colors. There's also a really, really pretty pink one that I'm thinking about getting. So yeah, moving on. Okay, the next fashion item that I'm loving, I also did get this from Amazon, but these are the Steve Madden Betty Combat Boots. Y'all, I have to have a combat boot every single fall. So, not saying I have to buy a new pair every fall, but combat boots are a staple in my wardrobe every fall, every winter, and honestly, year round. Like, I wear combat boots year round, but I love a good platform combat boot. So, you guys may have seen me wearing these. Did my vlog when I went to a winery. These are the ones that I decided to wear, and I love them because they give you some length, they lengthen the leg, they give you some height, and they're also like shorter. And I feel like this length of combat boot is so, so cute because you can do a slouchy sock over it or a leg warmer type of style. You can wear it with tights, and it just is very, very flattering on the leg, even if you're like average height or shorter. Because I find sometimes with the combat boots that go up a little bit taller, like they can kind of cut off your leg depending on what type of outfit you're wearing. So I absolutely love these with like cargos. I love these with a dress. Like, just absolutely love these combat boots. So I will insert some footage of what they look like on the side. But if you guys watched my most recent fall vlog, I was wearing these when I was exploring a winery, and they were very, very comfortable. They didn't feel heavy, and they just looked really, really cute. So I'm going to be wearing the crap out of these this season. And then speaking of my winery outfit, you guys, this purse, you guys may have seen in my vlog. I may have posted about it a few times already, but this is another designer inspired bag that I picked up from Amazon. I'm definitely going to get some more colors of this because I love that, number one, if you want to wear as a crossbody, you can. It comes with the tall crossbody strap. Or if you want to completely take it off, you can clip it off and you can just wear it with just this strap. But I've just been loving wearing this as a crossbody, like, because you can either dress this bag up with just the short strap, or you can make a casual outfit look really, really cute and just wear this as a crossbody. So y'all, I have been wearing this purse so much, and I definitely want to get some more like of the neutral colors because I think they have like some browns, some greens, like a off-white kind of color. And I just love how it's very simplistic, but the detail on it looks really nice. And it also looks way more expensive than what it actually is. So absolutely I'm loving this little saddlebag style. And the only thing I will say, you guys, I don't know if it's just with this particular color or what, but it did have kind of that weird like leathery like smell, like it kind of smelled a little sour almost, or like a manufacturer smell. I don't know. So it did take a few days for that to like go away. So I would advise, if you do plan on wearing this, like you take it out of the packaging immediately and like let it sit in like an open area so that the smell could kind of wear off. But other than that, y'all, I absolutely love this. And I was getting a ton of compliments whenever I would wear this out. So now let's get into some makeup items. So a lot of these items I did actually pick up recently in my Ulta fall sale. So I will like link that up top. My Ulta fall sale haul. My Ulta fall sale haul. I will link that up top. But y'all, I have been loving this particular shade of the Juvia's Place liquid blushes. So this is the shade Coral Rose, and it's kind of like a richer, like a terracotta brownish type of color, like the type of color of like Georgia clay or something. Like, I don't know. It's really, really pretty. And I find that it gives that orangey blush look that I really, really love, but it still kind of blends seamlessly into the skin. So for my skin tone and my shade, it almost gives like a rust orange type of blush look, and it just brightens up my face and it gives my face a natural looking orange flush of color. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't wear it today, y'all, but I have been wearing this blush in my last few videos where you may have seen me have more of a rosy orange colored blush on. So I usually use this, and I literally can go in with like a half a dot, y'all, and it blends out so well. So super pigmented. I already know that this little thing of blush is probably going to last me forever because I do not have to use a lot with Juvia's Place's formulas at all. But my favorite way to set this is actually with another blush from another brand, which is the MAC Hush Tone. This is the Extra Dimension blush. So I have really been enjoying putting this on as a blush topper because it has almost kind of like a bronzer effect. So hopefully the light lets you catch that a little bit, but it has almost kind of like a bronzer effect. So I put this on top of a liquid blush. Not only does it set it, but it also gives it almost like a just natural radiating glow type of finish. So I did actually put this on top of my blush today. I'm wearing a different shade. I can't remember what shade I'm wearing today, y'all, but I'll put it in the description box. But I just love using this as a blush topper, or sometimes even using this as like a subtle highlight because it just has that natural, like flushed color hue, I would say. Still gives a little bit of dimension and like a nice natural amount of color. So really have been enjoying using this one. I picked this one and a bunch of other MAC blushes up in that haul that I was talking about, y'all. But honestly, this is the only one that I've been using so far. Okay, now next, let's talk my favorite lip combo. Now, this is a combo I have definitely been wearing in a couple of videos. If you guys saw me, I want to say my Bath and Body Works haul video where I was wearing like a latte colored dress and I had kind of a brown colored lip on. I was wearing this combo. So this is the NYX Lingerie XXL liquid matte lipstick, and I absolutely love this formula, you guys, because number one, the shade. The shade is called Hot Caramello. So this is what it looks like. And it's just a really, really pretty, rich, like almost like a milk chocolate brown or like a burnt caramel color. And it just looks really, really nice on my lip color because it's not nude. It's like a couple of shades up from nude on my skin color, but it still has a nice amount of richness and it just looks really, really nice. So I love this formula, y'all, because out of some other, like compared to some other liquid matte lipsticks right now, like I'm using one of the Fenty ones and it transfers so badly. So I just started back doing favorites and fails, y'all. So remind me to do that. But there's this Fenty one that I'm using right now and I'm just not a fan of it. It just bleeds, it transfers. Like, I personally feel like I shouldn't have to overly set my lips. Like if I want to set my lipstick, I can, but I just feel like lipsticks should just be more, transfer proof. So This is like the best liquid matte lipstick that I have used that's literally not transfer proof at all. Like, I do set this just a little bit with a translucent powder, but I promise y'all, as soon as I put this on, it mattifies almost instantly and it just stays in place. I absolutely love it. So this has been my favorite when I'm doing that like latte inspired makeup look. And then I will use my Line Out Loud NYX liner in the shade Total Baller. So it kind of still has that same color as this. So yeah, I don't know if these were meant to go together, but I've been using the Total Baller a lot anyway. Like, I think I talked about this one in my last favorites video, and it just seems to line a lot of shades of my lipsticks lately really, really nice and just matches the vibes. So yeah, I have been loving these two together. All right, y'all. Now next, right? Please ignore how this looks because I ended up cutting one and I didn't like how it looked after I cut it, so I just put it back on the thing. But the lashes that I'm wearing today, these little $8 Amazon lashes, y'all, are literally amazing, right? So if you have an almond shaped eye like I do, and you do cat eye liner a lot, like cat eye liner has probably been like my signature look makeup wise since like middle school, because I've always, that's like the one thing I was always able to do really well because it just kind of follows the natural shape of my eye. But I'm finding more so lately the type of eye strips, like the type of strip lashes that I like the most on my eye, are either cat eye or fox eye, to where they're very, very, ascending outwards. And I just find that that accentuates my eye shape the best. So I typically don't really gravitate towards the lashes that are like all the way full, all the way across anymore. Those just don't work really well for my eye shape. These are absolutely perfect because I find that they give me just enough volume and accentuation on my eye to where it's not super, super, super dramatic. So this has been like an everyday, like filming lash or going out with family type of lash. And I really, really love these. So you will be seeing another tray of these in my Amazon haul that's coming up because I have been obsessed with these. As you guys can see, I ran through this entire tray this month. And each one I would say probably gave me a good two wears before I felt like I needed to throw them out and they weren't sticking as well. So I do use like a clear drying lash glue with it, and it doesn't like dry super, super thick. So I think that helps. But overall, I just love how they feel in my eye. They're comfortable. I don't feel like my eyes are heavy like when I have some thicker lashes on. And I just feel like they look really, just naturally pretty on the eye. So yeah, I will have these linked, of course, as well as everything else, girl. The last thing in the makeup category is, I think, so freaking adorable, literally so adorable. And I have been using this thing nonstop. So I don't know how I have gone so long without having a makeup fan, but it was one of those things that I always said I was going to get and I just never got around to it. So when I saw this one was on sale, I think this was on sale when Amazon was doing the big Prime days or something like that. So again, it will be in an upcoming Amazon haul, but I had to have this little fan. So first of all, it's literally a little cat. Like, that is just so cute. It's a little black cat. Now, this does come in a million other colors, y'all, but y'all know I was going to get a black one. But it is the cutest little fan. So basically how it works is you take it out like this. You take your hand and you take your nail and you take it out like this so it folds out. Then if you look closely, the little button is a cat, but all you do, y'all, you just press the button and it has two speeds. Like, it's literally so cute. So here, you can turn it up again. It's so cute, y'all. And you can just fold it and put it in your bag. Like, if you're going somewhere and you want to quickly, set your face or whatever, and you need to fan your face, whatever's going on, like, this is the perfect size to fit in a bag. It just folds right back up. I use this constantly now, y'all. Like, I will use this when I'm setting my makeup. If I go in with my setting spray and then I want to do more powder, whatever. But I also use this a ton for my skincare routine now. Because let's be honest, y'all, at the end of the night, I usually am so tired that I will do whatever I need to do to speed up my skincare process. But some steps do require my face to be completely dry. So, like my Sunday Riley Good Genes product or any type of exfoliant, you do want to make sure your skin is mostly dry before you go on with the next step. So that's what I use this for. And also, if I'm like setting my skincare, at night after I do the final step, I'll like spray it down with a facial spray, and then I will use this little fan to dry my face so I can go to bed and just feel like everything is just sealed in and ready to go, girl. So yeah, this little fan is adorable. Now, speaking of facial skincare, I do have two little facial skincare items. One of these items, y'all, was directly influenced by one of my girls on here, Denise Adore. Literally, y'all, when I think she posted this on Instagram first, and then she did like a reel with it. And I was like, girl, I need that, right? Because I can't remember if it was either in my last favorites video or my last empties video. I think it was both, honestly. But I mentioned to you guys that I was loving the Caudali. I think that's how you say it, or Caudale, whatever. I was loving the grape water mist. But I was saying I wanted something bigger. Like I wish it came in a larger size. And I'm just on a facial spray kick right now. So when I saw Denise with this, I said, girl, I'm adding that to cart ASAP. Okay. So this is the La Roche Posay, the Thermal Spring Water for Sensitive Skin Facial Spray. First of all, y'all, the size of this alone sold me, right? Because the satisfaction that I received from holding this gigantic can and just misting my face, y'all, that alone brings me joy. But the mister, it's such a nice, fine, even spray. Like it feels so cooling on the skin. And if you're having a lot of actives and things like that in your skincare steps for the night or whatever, this helps to seal everything in. This helps to soothe your skin in the process. And I just love this, y'all. Like I use this literally in between each of my skincare steps to make sure it's fully absorbing the product. And when I tell y'all, literally the glow at the end of the night, listen, I'm actually about to pick this up in the small size because I am going on a trip soon. So I'm going to try to do like a preparation type of vlog. I don't know if I'm going to put that in the same vlog as the trip, but I am going on a trip soon and I want to get this in a travel size just so I can bring one with me. Absolutely obsessed with this, y'all. Like I literally have been using this nonstop since I got it. So thank you, Denise girl, for putting me on because I could not stop using this. And then the second little skincare item, this is the Good Molecules Ultra Hydrating Facial Oil. Now this is something that I have been using at night. I have used it in the day before, but I do notice that this has sea buckthorn oil in it, which is really, really amazing for the skin, but it does kind of have a yellowy tint to it. So I don't personally notice a lot on my skin because I do kind of have those olivey, yellowy undertones at times. So it doesn't really show up too much on my skin. But if you are conscious of that, then I would recommend you use this only at night. But the way that I use this is I put it in the palm of my hands and I kind of warm it up and then I just gently pat it into my face. I will usually do that after my moisturizer and then I'll seal it with the La Roche-Posay spray. Girl, the glow is glowing. Okay, so y'all already know I love Good Molecules products, but this oil is like a nice hydrating oil without making your face look too oily. Like it looks really, really good. You literally will go to bed with a nice, like glowy, moisturized face. And then you wake up and your face is glowing. Your face feels moisturized. It doesn't feel dry. So this has been a game changer for me at night because now that the seasons are changing here in Georgia, I do find that my skin is like super, super dry. So I'm having to adjust my skincare routine a little bit. So this has definitely been helping with my dry skin. Y'all, now before we jump into the fragrance and the body care items, I do have two books here that I want to share with y'all because y'all know I'm a bookworm and I love to tell you guys about the things that I'm reading. So the first thing is actually a thriller. This is called The Silent Patient. And do not judge me for this little popsicle stick that I'm using as a bookmark right now. But y'all, this book is good. And let me tell you, I have a really bad habit of going on like a book shopping binge where I will add a bunch of books to my cart, buy them, and I will only read a couple of them out of out of that selection, and then I'll do the same thing another month, right? So I unfortunately have a nice little stash of books that I just have not gotten around to reading, but I've had this book for at least a year, maybe even two at this point, and I just never got around to reading it. But y'all, if you love a good thriller where you truly aren't going to know what happens next, this is so good. So I am definitely one of those readers that can usually predict what's going to happen next. I'm like that with movies, with shows, like so I hate reading things that are super predictable because I'm just like, oh my God, I saw that coming, right? This book so far, the stuff that I'm like reading, I'm like, I didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's very, very exciting. So basically, this is about without telling you guys like the whole story, but this artist, and she, murdered her husband, and this whole thing. They got her in like a psych ward. Like, it's just a whole thing, but it's really, really good. And I definitely think if you guys are into reading thrillers and things like that, like, you should definitely check this out. This has been out for a while, so some of you guys may have already read it. So if you have and you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below without spoiling the story for me, of course. This next book, right? Listen, I know that Jada is all over the news right now, and no shade to Jada. Of course, like, I know Jada just released her book, y'all, but I listened to Will Smith's book for the first time on an audiobook, and I thought it was amazing, truly. But there's something, y'all, about reading the physical book that really helps to tie everything together. When I tell y'all, this is one of the most inspiring books that I have read. Just him speaking about his journey through life, his struggles, and things like that. And just, I love a good rags to riches story because it just really shows you, like, how, tenacious people can be going through things. And it's just really inspiring to read stories like that. So, outside of him being Will Smith, I just think this is an amazing book if you are looking for something to motivate you, to get you out of bed the next morning and just keep you going, like, keep pushing. This is one of those stories, and I highly, highly recommend either the audiobook or the physical book. But I'm finding right now that I'm really loving the physical book because I'm able to highlight just things that speak to me. So, yeah, if you have not read Will Smith's book yet, girl, you definitely need to pick it up. Now, let's get into the fragrance and the body care to finish this thing off. First of all, y'all already knew this fragrance was going to be in here. When I tell you, I have talked about this in at least 3 or 4 videos at this point. Like, I have a full review on this fragrance. I also included it in a video where I was speed reviewing a bunch of new fragrances. I also just recently featured it in a layering video. So I will try to link all those videos somewhere in the cards, girl. But this, when I tell y'all, has had me in a chokehold. This is Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. And at this point, if you've been subscribed, you already know, girl. You already know how I feel about this. This is just, I mean, y'all, this is good. This is good. She is, number one, long lasting, right? Will I say this is beast mode? I don't think it is beast mode, but when I tell y'all, every time I wear this, it gets a little bit stronger, and it's because of the gourmand notes that are in here. But on top of that, y'all, this lasts so long, especially on clothes. Like, I sprayed this on myself in my filming room yesterday, and when I tell you, I could still smell it when I walked in 24 hours later. This stuff lingers in the air, on clothes, and even when you spray it on your skin, this has a very high amount of oil concentration. Like, if they were to release this and call this an extrait de parfum, I would believe it, because when I spray this on my skin, y'all, it has such a high concentration of oil. Like, this holds my body mist and any layering combos together really, really well, and it just lasts long on everything. But in regards to the scent, it is just so delicious. You get that sweet candied lemon. Then you start to get this creamy, milky, like panna cotta, whipped cream, marshmallowy vibe. And then the vanilla, and there's this slight hint of a boozy factor. And that starts to come out, y'all, for me more and more as I wear this. Y'all, I wore this last night with Kayali's Vanilla 28. Girl. Like, I'm just over here every time I wear this. I'm like, do I need to get a backup bottle? Like, am I really gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best not to get backups of stuff, y'all, but something like this is so easy for me to wear and layer with everything that I would not mind having a backup bottle of this. So I don't know, y'all. I might get a backup little, like, 1.7 fluid ounce, like, just to have. But I mean, I don't see this selling out anytime soon, but I would like to just have a bottle, like, sitting in my closet, just getting better. So if I do go through this, like, I already have something just ready to go. But I'm absolutely loving this, you guys. If you love a creamy, sweet, citrusy vanilla fragrance, it's a little boozy, got some lactonic elements to it, you would absolutely love this. And I highly recommend picking this up from the Sephora sale, because I have not been able to put this down since I got it, girl. Now, this next fragrance, this is an oldie but a goodie. This is the 7 Virtues of Vanilla Woods. I did also feature this fragrance in a layering video as well. And this is just good, y'all. This is a fall staple for me. It is such a gorgeous, like braised pear almost. Like, I don't know. It's a very rich, mouth-watering pear. But then you get this caramelization, and then you get the vanilla, and then you get this very deep, seductive vanilla woody vibe. This is such a cozy, sexy, seductive, inviting fall fragrance. Like, I promise y'all, the first time I ever wore this on myself, I could not stop smelling myself. And my sweater was smelling like this for days, okay? But even outside of me wearing it on myself, y'all, every single time I wear this, anywhere, it could be around my family, it could be around my friends, out in public, a complete stranger, I always get compliments on this because this is truly the epitome of a cozy fall gourmand scent that's not too gourmand leaning. Like, it's a nicely balanced woody vanilla with the fruity pear and the caramel. And I just absolutely love this, y'all. So I do want to try and finish this bottle if I can, because I have had this bottle for a little while. I do need to finish this because I know with like the cleaner brands, those fragrances typically go bad a little bit faster. So I try to finish those like within the 2 year mark. And I'm getting really close to that with this fragrance. So I do want to try my best to try and finish this one up. Now, speaking of vanilla woods, y'all, I have a fragrance mist that I have always compared to that perfume that I am equally as obsessed with. And this is just another fall staple for me. And honestly, y'all, my favorites right now are the entire line, but this is the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 40. This is truly one of my favorites. I feel like I talk about it in so many videos that y'all are probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but this is just such an expensive smelling body mist. Like, it truly wears like an eau de toilette. It has a nice amount of this juicy mouth-watering plum, but it also again has that very sexy, mysterious, like vanilla woody factor. And this truly smells way more expensive than what it is, y'all. Like, this is just my favorite, and this definitely is going to be in the same realm as, Vanilla Woods, since like Dama Bianca by Xerjoff. It just has such a classy, slightly powdery sweet vanilla with this fruity undertone. It's a little citrusy, and I just think this is the perfect year-round scent, honestly, but it really, really shines in the fall, especially when I layer it with the rest of the body care. I had to include not only my Balm Dia Bright body cream, but also the body wash that will probably be in my next empties video, y'all. Because when I tell y'all, I have been flying through this, and I feel like the body wash honestly smells the sweetest and the most vanillic. Like, when I tell y'all the scent of this lingers in my entire bathroom, like for hours after I take a shower, it is so sweet and creamy. It's just so sexy, y'all. Like, when I use the body wash of this, the body scrub, the body cream, and the fine fragrance mist, I don't even have to put on perfume if I don't want to, because I smell that good from layering the products. So if you love this scent, please get the body wash and the body cream and the body scrub. Even outside of the scent, you guys, the actual body care products themselves have AHA and BHA in them, so they're clarifying. So this has actually helped tremendously to clear up my body acne, any hyperpigmentation that I may have on my body. Like, when I use the body wash and the body cream together, my skin just looks radiant, more clear, more even toned. So I just need to use this consistently, honestly, over the next few months, because I really want to see how much of a difference it makes on my skin. Because using these two together the past few weeks, my skin overall, my body has just been looking so much better. So highly recommend the body cream, of course, for the moisturization, but also for the fact that it helps to clear up your body's like body acne, hyperpigmentation, things like that, scarring. And then the body wash as well. I use this with an exfoliating glove most of the time to help me get that lather, but this just smells incredible, and I love the benefits that it provides as well. Okay, y'all. Now, speaking of doing entire lines, I had to revisit my TPH Indulge Me Vanilla Tuberose, y'all, because I went through a few of the body care products over the summer, and the body mist I have been loving. This gives me very similar vibes to my Balm Dia Bright, the Cheirosa 40. except this is more of a tuberose vanilla, like slightly in that bubblegummy territory, but this just smells so grown, so sexy and seductive. And I also really, really love layering this with my Chirosa 40. This smells so amazing, y'all. I get a compliment every time I wear this, and this truly smells like it could be a perfume. Like, I just absolutely love this. I've been obsessing over it since, honestly, since the spring. So I will probably be finishing this body mist fairly soon. So I need to get another one. But the body oil as well. Absolutely love the body oil because, again, it has that sweet, creamy vanilla tuberose combo. And this goes on gorgeously, especially when you layer it with the Watch Me Whip body butter. And the thing about this body butter too, y'all, is it has niacinamide. So just like my Balm Dia Bright Cream, I have body acne and hyperpigmentation like on my legs and slightly on my back. So I really try to use more targeted moisturizers just to help fade those things because I can scar really, really easily. And this helps with that. So I love when my skincare products have niacinamide or AHA, BHA, and this also has the very delicious vanilla tuberose smell. So I love to layer these two together, of course. And then when I use just the body mist, like again, I don't even have to use perfume sometimes when I'm layering these products together. But of course, the baby buffed scrub. I raved about this scrub in a summer empties video that I did. Had to re-up because this scrub has a lactic acid, which is also good for fading hyperpigmentation and just evening the overall appearance of your skin and just helping the cell turnover rate. So y'all, between this and the Chirosa 40, I don't see myself using a whole ton of other body care products right now, like especially when it comes to scrubs in the shower. Of course, I'm going to throw in a tree hut here and there, but I'm really trying to use more targeted products right now. And the thing I love about this brand, super incredibly affordable. Like you can literally get, I want to say you can get one of all of these items and get the whole collection for like $60. So of course, there's other scents she has, but the vanilla tuberose is absolutely my favorite. And I definitely think it is 100% worth it. So I will have a link to the entire collection in my description box for y'all. I have three other body butters I'm going to finish this thing off with that I've just been absolutely obsessing over. One is not going to be any surprise because I just recently emptied this and I just had to re-up on this during the Sephora sale because I don't want to go the entire year wondering if it's going to come back. Because as we have seen, this looks like it is only going to be a holiday offering. So this is the Fenty Skin Cinnamon Butter Drop. And I absolutely love this, you guys. I love the smell. I love the moisture. I love the slight little subtle glitter. Like I will put a little picture on the side of what this looks like on skin. But I have been loving wearing this when I wear a sheer tight because I find that it looks gorgeous underneath the tights. It makes it look like your tights have like gold specks in them or something. Like it looks so good on skin. It's perfect for adding a sweet cinnamon, slightly spicy vibe for any of your layering combos. So I have featured this in a bunch of layering combos at this point. So definitely check out my more recent layering videos. But we're going to have to get a third just to make sure I don't run out of this throughout the year. Next body cream I have been loving is the Pistache Body Butter. This, y'all, all I have to say is it smells like pistachio ice cream. Truly. Like, not in the way where it's a little bit salty and it has this weird dynamic. No, this smells like a sweet, creamy, powdery pistachio ice cream. Lactonic, milky, sweet, little marshmallowy whipped cream vibe. Like, that's what this smells like. It smells incredible. It's moisturizing and the scent lingers. And I love when a moisturizer has a scent that lingers. And this, of course, layered with the Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato is just a chef's kiss combo. So this is not anything new by any means. This has been out for a little while. The girls have already raved about this, but I'm finally getting around to using it, girl, and I'm just completely obsessed with it right now. And lastly, you guys, I have a very, very simple but game-changing body butter for me. This is the Mother's Shea by Eugenia whipped shea butter in the vanilla scent. I picked this up from Target. I have been loving this for my nighttime moisturizer, you guys. When I get out of the shower, First of all, I love shea butter. My skin loves shea butter. I understand some people may or may not jive with it because if you don't have dry skin, it may be a little too oily or whatever for you. But since the seasons are changing, you guys, I am noticing that my skin is starting to get dry. And that does happen whenever the seasons change for me. So I have needed to adjust my nighttime moisturizer. And this is an amazing shea butter, you guys, because when I tell y'all, it is truly whipped in the way it melts into your skin, especially if you put this on right after you get out of the shower. It is creamy. It literally is just your skin is like drinking it. Like it is so moisturizing. And when I put this on, you guys, the night before, I promise you, I wake up the next morning and my skin feels like literal butter. Like sometimes I don't even want to take a shower the next morning because my skin is so soft from the night before. So, especially if you have like dry feet or something, sometimes if I really feel like my feet are dry, I will slather my feet in this and put on some really thick socks. My feet are so soft the next day. Like I love this for like at home pedicures. Girl, I have been loving this. Now I won't say that this is like a super gourmand smelling vanilla. It's more of just like a really soft, sweet shea butter smell, I would say. But it does have a hint of a vanilla factor to it. I just wouldn't say this is like overtly gourmand or anything. I mainly use this for the moisturization properties and I absolutely love it. All right, you guys, that is it for this favorites video. These were all of my favorites from the month of October. Of course, I have been using a ton of other things, but these are just the things I have not been able to put down. So if you guys have tried any of these products, let me know in the comments below. Y'all know I love to chat it up with y'all, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.